Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you're all doing well. I am going a bit stir crazy at the moment as it is quarantine, and haven't been given much to do. And you know, I've ended up, finding finding a lot of time to just dick about in. And so, in some of that time, I decided that I would honor my childhood, and I will remix the Thomas the Tank Engine theme. So a bit of backstory behind this. I was a really, really big fan of Thomas the Tank Engine. Like a massive fan. Like it was my entire personality from the ages of like 2 to 4 was Thomas the Tank Engine. Like that was all I was into for ages. And then obviously I'm grown out of it now. But I saw this video ages ago. And it's quite popular, quite viral, so you might have seen it as well. It was the video where someone took the Thomas the Tank Engine song and they proved that all these different rappers could rap to it, and they took all these different a cappella vocals and put them on to make it sound like Thomas the Tank Engine was the rap beat. And I saw that and I thought, what if I turned Thomas the Tank Engine into a rap beat? And obviously I didn't really try and make a do a big effort about it, but I thought I'd show you what I did anyway, and then I'm going to link it down below for a free download on my Bandcamp for some reason, should you want it. So the first thing I did was I cut up the sample into sort of different areas and looped different bits, just to sort of give it a general structure. So I also did use the BPM counter to find the BPM, which was 100 more or less. So the first bit I cut up for the intro was this bit here. And I just looped that one. And then I have the main bit. And then the sort of hook chorus part. That bit there. So the first thing I did with this is after I'd chopped it up, was I actually EQ'd out nearly all of the low end, and there's a reason I did this. So it sounded like this, and tried to take out as much of the drum samples as well. And the reason I did this is because I wanted to put in a more distorted lower end, a bass boosted version, and I wanted to put in my own drums. So having two drum tracks going off at the same time would be quite conflicting. So I tried my best to get rid of the drums as I could, which I think most of them got eliminated when I took out all that lower end, but some of the hi-hats and cymbals still remained. So this bit here is the bass boosted version. So I took out all the highs and mids and then really boosted up the lows. I then used two distortion, both stock, but two distortion effects to sort of make it louder and give it a bit more character. And it kind of did its job perfectly, really. Sounds swell. And honestly, because I wasn't really, this isn't like a big actual passion project of mine, I just was doing it for fun. I couldn't really be bothered to to make any drums. So I have this loop from DJ98 on Looping Man. Go check out him. I'll find the link for the description. And this is just a really nice drum loop. I really like the sort of vox and sound effects thrown in there. I think it really adds to it and makes it a lot more hip-hoppy, especially for something like this where you need to emphasize this new genre that you're turning the song into. And the only thing I added was this little with a couple of little chants and cymbals just here. So I had this sort of every third beat, just this little breathing noise. Which just to give it a bit more character. And then I also had the cymbal on the end here. There, and then that was pretty much it. But then I decided to put a few more things in. So first thing I did was I found this siren on this cymatics sample pack, which I thought was really funny. And then I did add some reverb and a delay on it to make it a little bit more interesting. Here, it's a little bit boring without. I also found this sub drop, which I thought would be quite good for the sort of beginning. So I put them on the beginning of all the verses. And then this sort of weird telephone sample. It's called a telephone vocal because that's the preset I have it on. It's sort of this weird sort of little vocal sample from this a cappella called Humanifett's I'm Diggity Dope, which I was just looking around. And I thought it'd be pretty funny to switch it in. I used a lot of different effects on this. This is a sort of telephone vocal, so it makes it sound really... it's something that makes sense like it's coming out of a telephone. And that's pretty much it. Like, that's the whole beat. It's really, really simple. But yeah, that's how I remixed Thomas the Tank Engine. Thank you very much for watching. If you do enjoy the content on this channel, please make sure to subscribe and like this video. Aside from that, though, that's all from me. Stay safe, everyone. Goodbye.